No one noticed it at first. The sun still rose, the air still felt the same, and the tide still moved in rhythm, but then the stars began to drift. Not fast, not enough for anyone to panic. Just slightly out-of-place constellations that no longer matched the maps we'd drawn for thousands of years. And within a few weeks, scientists confirmed what they feared most. Earth was no longer orbiting the sun. Somehow, the invisible balance that held us in place had shifted. A gravitational tremor, a cosmic accident, maybe even something beyond science. The only thing certain was this: we were leaving home. At first, people laughed it off. Leaving the solar system. That's impossible. But the data didn't lie. Our trajectory had changed. Each day, we drifted further away from the sun's gravitational pull, and with every kilometer, the light dimmed. Days grew shorter. Temperatures dropped. Plants began to wither. The oceans turned colder, thicker. What once was sunrise gold became pale and weak, and the world felt tired, like it was falling asleep. Governments held meetings, scientists scrambled for solutions, and the world's religions, all of them suddenly found new life. People searched for meaning while staring into a dying sky. Within months, the temperature fell below freezing across most of the planet. Crops died. The global economy collapsed. Satellites lost solar power and went dark, one after another, until Earth's orbit was a graveyard of silent machines. Cities adapted in desperation. Massive reactors were built to generate heat. Underground cities began construction. Nations joined forces not for war, but for survival. For the first time in human history, we were truly united against the universe itself. But unity can't stop physics. The sun, now smaller in the sky than ever, became nothing more than a dim star. Earth's surface froze solid. The oceans turned into miles of ice. Animals perished. Forests disappeared. And the planet grew silent, except for the hum of human machines fighting to stay alive. Above us, the stars shone clearer than ever before. The sky was beautiful and terrifying. Humanity retreated underground, living off geothermal heat and artificial light. The last governments formed a global coalition, the continuum dedicated to keeping civilization alive long enough to find a way to generate warmth. Generations passed. The sky we once knew, blue, alive, familiar, became a story. Children grew up never seeing sunlight, never feeling the warmth of a summer morning. And yet, we adapted. We learned to create new light. Nuclear fusion became our heartbeat. Cities expanded into underground labyrinths. Machines mimicked weather. And for a while, it felt like we'd beaten extinction. But then came the silence. As Earth moved deeper into interstellar space, something unexpected began to happen. The stars grew fewer. Cosmic dust thickened. The universe ahead looked ... empty. The question no one wanted to ask became impossible to ignore. Where were we going? Decades turned to centuries. Humanity evolved into something unrecognizable. We no longer depended on the sun. We built light. We made our own ecosystems. Artificial skies. Synthetic food. Even genetically engineered humans adapted to the cold. But something was missing. Something no machine could replace: the sense of belonging. Without a sun, without seasons, without a sky that changed, time itself lost meaning. Days and nights blurred. Memory faded into myth. People began to forget what warmth felt like. Some even denied the sun ever existed. But the old archives still held the truth. Millions of images, videos, and memories from when Earth had life. Blue oceans, forests, laughter under open skies. People would gather around old digital screens to watch them, as if praying to a forgotten god. Then came the message. Deep in the frozen crust, an observatory that still functioned picked up a faint signal, artificial, patterned, unmistakably intelligent. Not from the solar system, but from beyond. Humanity held its breath. The continuum decoded it over years. The message wasn't in any known language. It was mathematical, rhythmic, almost like music. And when converted into sound, it revealed something that no one could explain: a perfect frequency that resonated with Earth's magnetic field. The entire planet vibrated softly, like an instrument tuning itself. And then, gravity shifted again. Earth's Drift slowed. Instruments showed a gravitational anomaly ahead, something massive, unseen, pulling us in another star. A black hole. No one knew. Panic spread. Some believed it was salvation. Others called it judgment. Years passed as the pull grew stronger. The frozen surface cracked under immense stress. Earth trembled. Earthquakes shattered the crust. For the first time in centuries, humanity felt fear again. Raw, primal fear. Then it appeared. Out of the void came a faint light. Not bright, not warm, but constant. A small red star. A dying ember in the dark. Earth was falling toward it. Scientists predicted collision, but instead, something miraculous happened. The planet entered a stable orbit. We had found a new sun. It wasn't much dim, unstable, barely enough to thaw the ice, but for the first time in 1,000 years, light touched Earth again. Cities emerged from underground. Children saw color for the first time. The frozen oceans began to crack, releasing fog that glowed faintly under the crimson sky. Humanity celebrated, but the celebration didn't last. Soon, telescopes detected something horrifying. The star we orbited wasn't just dying, it was collapsing. A red dwarf turning into a white inferno. The very thing that saved us was about to destroy us. The Continuum debated evacuation, but there was nowhere to go. Earth had no propulsion, no direction. It was a passenger of fate. In the final days, the red star pulsed violently. Magnetic storms wiped out power grids. Sky turned blood red. The oceans boiled beneath a world still half frozen. And then, silence again. No one knows exactly what happened next. The records end abruptly. But if anyone had survived long enough to witness it, they would have seen something beautiful. The red star collapsed into a neutron star, and for one fleeting moment, it released a burst of light so powerful it illuminated Earth like day. Every glacier, every ocean, every mountain, all glowing in the final light of a star that was never meant to be ours. In that single flash, Earth shone brighter than it ever had before. And then the light was gone. No more orbit, no more warmth, just a silent glowing sphere drifting endlessly through eternity. But perhaps that wasn't the end, because some believe consciousness never truly dies, that the universe remembers everything that ever felt, ever thought, ever loved, and maybe somewhere in the endless dark, the memory of humanity still travels with the planet that carried it, a faint echo of what once was. And maybe that's the truth of it all. The sun never left us. We left it. We ran from light, only to find meaning in darkness. And in that final silence, maybe Earth finally understood what it meant to be alive, not because of the sun, or warmth, or gravity, but because of the souls that refused to stop dreaming, even when the universe turned its back. Curious about more mind-bending, what-if worlds? Subscribe to Altanate and never miss the impossible!